Hello, and welcome back to Violet Memoir. We're hanging out with Oscar. I think we're gonna go to the pool. Isn't that gonna be nice? Do you all like going to pools? I feel like I'm indifferent. I feel like I used to like going to pools a lot as like a kid, as a little one, and I don't know. As an adult, I'm like, I have to make time to go to a pool. I'm just gonna like sit there in water and float around for an hour and then leave. And it's kind of boring, especially since I no longer have my inflatable gator. You know, and I can't find a good replacement anymore. I mean, I guess I could order one, but like when I'm like at a big box store, I can't find like a good inflatable gator to bring to a pool. I feel like I would go to a pool if I could get one of those again, but is what it is. He chuckles as if I just said something truly amusing, but his eyes never leave mine. They're observing me, but it doesn't feel objectifying, but more like he can't take his eyes off me and is stealing my breath away.
You really are something. That's what makes you cute.
He pulls away with just a little warning, as he had given me when he shoved me against the wall, leaving me near panting. Okay, I understand. With my back against the wall. The rush of cool air against my face is jarring, but it's also soothing, like the rush of a cold shower. As much as it's relieving to not have Oscar over me, there is a part of me that wished he'd stay. And an even darker part that wished he went further, but I forced that down. I'm not ready for something like that. He rolls his shoulders like he'd been putting tremendous strain leaning down to my height. More likely, he's just trying to flex his muscles to get my attention. It's not working.
It's always there.
Huh?
The offer. If you ever want to go further, you just have to ask and let me know in some way. If you're too nervous to say.
For sex?
Yeah, obviously. Though if you just want to cuddle, I think you'd be an adorable little spoon. I can't promise that won't lead to anything, though.
Right, I'll think about it.
Just don't get so wrapped up in your head, man. Just have fun. You're in college.
It's not that I don't want to have fun, I'm just nervous, and a little scared, but I could never say that out loud.
Come on! I do still want to have that pool party.
And just like that, we're back to walking again like it never happened. Oscar's ability to keep everything neutral is a blessing. I feel like it would be so awkward with anyone else. There's one thing he mentioned that I'm curious about. You said it was serious when it came to me. So does that mean you're not into the others?
For the most part. Lele's too serious. Can't even joke with him. Lily's not my type. She'll be great to drink with, though.
And Lucas?
He's cute, but he's a bit too aggressive. You're much cuter, and you seem to enjoy the attention I give. That's a lot hotter than you might think. A little guy's looks like he can, use our rough night, though.
I want to ask him what he means when he says a rough night, but I have a pretty good idea. At least I think I do. Maybe it's better. I don't know. With the mention of the others, there's one thing I want to bring up. You and Lele don't get along well, do you?
We don't?
He sounds genuinely surprised, like it's the first time he's getting any indication that Lele might not like him, and that leaves me feeling even more confused. He's constantly scolding you. Anytime you two are together, he always ends up telling you off.
I think that's just when it comes to you. He's a little protective. He'd probably get that way if I flirted with Grumpy Pants a lot too. You're both real innocent, and he thinks I'm trying to use that to sleep with you guys.
I thought you were trying to sleep with me.
I never said he was wrong, but I'm not some creep who's just looking for naive guys to take advantage of. You two just happen to be cute. Can't fault a guy for enjoying two cuties when he's presented with them.
Still doesn't seem like he likes you.
I'll grow on him. Just like how I knew you were gonna make friends.
There's so much confidence in his words, like it's a certainty and not just a possibility. There's never a doubt with what he says, and it's hard not to want to believe him. The only time I've truly seen Oscar without his composure was when I asked about the necklace. I'm still curious about it, but he respects my space, so I should respect him as well. He truly is an enigma, one who's clearly focused on me. I'm flattered that that someone of Oscar's, well, everything, is even slightly interested in me. We start walking again as a sense of pride wells in my chest. Everything feels like like a breeze when I'm with him, like I can do anything. Pool. Okay. We enter the large pool area of the gym. I'm surprised by the sheer size of it. It looks to be over 20 yards in length, and it has 10 lanes. The place is surprisingly full. I didn't know swimming was so popular.
Beautiful, isn't it?
It's huge.
You haven't seen big.
I look at Oscar with a suspicious glare, but he just replies with a sheepish grin. Walking several feet along the pool towards the changing rooms before clarifying himself.
I'm referring to the Olympic-sized pool. There's 50 yards, and this is only 25.
It still seems huge.
It has a lot of lanes. The swim team here is super intense. It's the only reason the school took me and why I accepted.
You're here for swimming?
Yeah. I'm here on the swim team scholarship. Used to destroy at my high school aquatic team, but and they reached out to me in my final year. Pretty cool, right?
Is it a good scholarship?
It's good. Swimming scholarships are really complicated. Don't worry about the details. Maybe I'll explain it to you later.
That's kind of terrifying. I barely made it into the school as it is, let alone get any kind of decent scholarship. I was just lucky my parents had some money to spare. There's a noticeable coolness seeping into my voice when I'm sure Oscar picks up instantly. He's always been more perceptive, and then he lets on, but he doesn't say anything, just waiting for me to continue. There's something I don't want to think about right now, so I change the subject back to the swimming instead. I didn't know you took swimming this seriously.
I don't really. I take swimming lessons seriously, don't get me wrong, but I don't care too much for the team, it seems like a good fit, you know.
That makes a lot of sense. Oscar never struck me as the type who'd be seriously into something like competitive sports. He has the body of an athlete, though I would have guessed football over swimming.
My turn to ask some questions. Do you got anything you do?
Something I do?
A hobby or something, you know. Something you do in your free time.
Not really. I read sometimes, but I mostly just play games and watch videos.
No sports?
No, I did baseball when I was younger, and not so much anymore.
Good thing I brought you then. Might find something you like, even if it's just watching. But if you're gonna watch, you better watch me.
It's strange, his comment and wink in my direction somehow doesn't make me nervous anymore. It's as if knowing it is actually flirting with me. Actually flirting with me is freeing.
Come on, let's hurry up and change. All this smell is making me want to dive right in, and I'd do it if these weren't my good clothes.
He grabbed my hand and tugged me towards the changing room hastily. Despite the hastiness, he's not pushy, always giving me time to get my bearings. It's friendly, playful, just extremely Oscar. I wonder if that's his intention. Abruptly, Oscar stops in place, and I'm worried I'm going to trip or run into him. But his tail presses against my stomach, assisting me in slowing my momentum? Okay, yes. What? He's so small. Following his gaze, I'm able to find the source of the interruption. Lifting himself out of the pool is a lion wearing only a pair of white Speedos. His eyes focus solely on Oscar. There's not that's not what catches my eye. It's the most prominent feature of the lion is his mane. It's cut and groomed to be much shorter, and it flows towards the back of his head, giving him a sleek, handsome look. After fully emerging from the pool, he doesn't waste any time getting over to us, padding over to us with more energy in his step than anyone I've ever seen, even Oscar. As soon as he spots me, though, his previous gleeful smile morphs into a surprising stare. It's like his entire disposition changed, going from relaxed and cheerful to cautious and shocked, just at the sight of me. The change is so stark. It's a cold winter's night and scorching summer's day. If I don't know any better, I'd think this was a completely different person than the guy who just climbed out of the pool. Oscar doesn't have any intentions of letting the tension get to him, and he's already walking towards the other boy. The feline might be taller than me, but he's still completely dwarfed by the giant otter. What is this name? What is it? Selwyn? Selwyn? Selwyn?
Selwyn, getting some training in early, eh?
At the sound of his name, he visibly relaxes and a smile returns to his face. There's still tension coming from him, but it's nowhere near as bad as a prior moment. The two are bumping fists with each other before Oscar puts the lion in a headlock. The two of them struggle for a bit until the feline is able to escape his grip, both of them laughing up a storm. Without skipping a beat, Oscar reaches over and pulls me towards them, nearly smacking me against him. Thankfully, I'm able to catch myself before I accidentally knock us all into the pool.
Oops, sorry man. I forgot how tiny you are.
Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Flashing my own smile towards him, Oscar's grin only glows brighter, looking like a sun blazing right in the sky. Even in this place of constant motion and noise, he's able to demand all attention on him. I can feel the lion's eyes on me, barely able to meet my own as he peeks around Oscar's massive chest. There's no hostility in them. It's as if he's trying to figure out if I'm a danger to him or not. Once again, completely ignoring any of the tension, Oscar shoves the two of us closer together before gesturing between us.
Selwyn, this is Wallace, and Wallace, this is Selwyn. I think his name's actually Lloyd, but the boys just call him Selwyn. I know you dudes, we'll get along great.
After neither of us make a move to try and follow up on his introduction, he pats my back to get my attention. He nods in his head encouragingly towards Selwyn, expecting me to make the first move. Hey, Selwyn, I'm a freshman. I've never really been around this area before. It's really nice. Reaching my hand out, I focus on making sure I come across as unthreatening as possible, which isn't hard considering my small stature and underwhelming demeanor. Looking over the feline, I'm able to see he's a few inches taller than me, but his slim frame catches my attention. He's thinner than me, but has prominent, toned muscles pushed through his fur as though there isn't an ounce of fat on his body. Selwyn's eyes only flick towards my hand for a moment before he's reached over, taking it and with surprisingly little hesitation. His grip is firm, and the shake shows a hidden strength beneath his lithe frame? Lithe? What is this word? I don't know. Waiting for an introduction of himself, there's nothing but poignant? A silence from the lion as he pulls his hand away. It doesn't look like he plans to say anything in return. He looks considerably more confident than before. He's even smiling, an expression that makes his handsome face look closer to a model than a swimmer's. His overall demeanor looks less nervous too, as he places his hands behind his back, allowing anyone to more easily see the rest of his body. It's so different from how shy he looked just a moment ago. After a few more seconds of silence, Selwyn's eyes change from a soft warmth a happy warmth to a pleading gaze in Oscar's direction, like he's expecting him to do something, but this awkward silence. Oscar's eyes widen as he comes to the realization and steps towards Selwyn, putting the lion against his hip before reaching over and dragging me back into place against his other one. A brief surge of embarrassment flushes through, and I can't help but look around the pool to see if anyone's watching this very public display of affection. My searching is interrupted by the feeling of someone grabbing my hand. It's a timid touch, as if it both wants to be there, but is too scared it might break something. I touched a touch distinct from Oscar's. Following it back to its owner, I find Selwyn looking towards me with a reassuring smile. His eyebrows are creased as though he's still wary of me, but I don't think he wants me to feel uncomfortable. I'm not able to dwell on it before Oscar's booming voice causes my chest to rumble, sending vibrations through my body, running down my spine to the end of the tail. It's like our own little private earthquake.
Sorry, should have mentioned this earlier, but Selwyn here can't talk. He has a selective mutism.
Okay.
He's not being rude or anything. In fact, I think he likes you quite a bit. A little dude never warms up to someone this fast.
Selective mutism? Selwyn gives an enthusiastic nod before tugging on Oscar's shirt, obviously asking the otter to explain further. The otter chuckles and gives the lion a playful nudge on his shoulder before obliging.
It's when you can only talk in selective situations, typically only to some others. I have only seen Selwyn whisper into people's ears, and that's not many people he does it for. I'm not the only person on the swim team he talks to, so he often hangs around me. Though
I'm the only. Okay, I see.
I'm the only person on the swim team he talks to, so he often hangs around me. Though I think he actually does it because he knows I get him some action at some parties.
He says the final part with a wiggle of his eyebrows and gives his friend a shove. A big smile crosses the feline's face before he elbows Oscar in the stomach, pulling away from the otter with mock annoyance. That leads to both of them laughing. Looking back towards me, he gives me a sympathetic smile and wrings his hands together. It feels like he's apologizing for making them uncomfortable, reminding me of how Lucas looks when when he hurts someone's feelings. It feels like a knife stabbing through my chest, and I'm unable to stop myself from shaking my head, vehemently protesting. Oh, don't worry about it. I'm sorry for, I try to think of what to apologize for, only to realize there really isn't much I could have done without prior knowledge, so I'm only about able to drift off into an awkward silence. Selwyn gestures towards me, but his eyes are on Oscar. It looks like he's trying to communicate something to the otter, who has to ponder for a couple seconds before realizing what is being asked.
Oh, Wallace is from my medical class. We're in a class together, and he's a cool guy. Though I thought I'd take him here.
For some reason, that causes Selwyn's eyes to widen, and his entire expression to shift to one of complete and utter shock, like this is an apocalyptic reveal. Turning his attention back to me, Selwyn scans me with his eyes, as if trying to figure something out. I don't think he finds what he's looking for as he shakes his head before walking over to Oscar, tugging on his shirt. This has to be an agreed-upon signal between the two of them, because there's not a moment of hesitation as Oscar squats down to give Selwyn's access to his ear, to which Selwyn whispers something that I'm certain even Lucas's sensitive ears wouldn't be able to pick up. Without being able to hear them, I'm left standing next to the pool, trying not to look out of place. Eventually, Oscar's smile widens, and I'm given some insight to this conversation, as chuckles out a response.
Yeah, well, he's a good guy.
That causes Selwyn to stop and look towards me again. There's a brief hesitation before he turns to whisper to Oscar, like he's sharing the biggest secret in the world. It's only for a moment, but I swear I can see the insides of Selwyn's ears growing redder. Finally, the two of them pull away from each other. Oscar stands back to his full height with a stretch, reminding me of just how much he towers over the two of us. Something about the otter looks different than moments ago, more mischievous than his usual playfulness, and that makes a nervous shudder run down my spine.
He wants me to tell you that you're really cute and that pink shirt looks super hot on you.
There's a beat before he says for what he says registers. Okay. His eyes light up, and he sees something on my face, which I can only assume is my cheeks and ears reddening beyond belief. He looks like a child walking into a candy store for the first time. He must be twisting whatever Selwyn said to him. He must be. I look towards Selwyn, and he's got a bashful expression on his face. That small blushing I swear I caught a glimpse of earlier has completely flooded his ears and nodded his head with a grin. What?
No, he's right, man. You look damn good in that shirt.
There's no way. What are the odds that not one but two hot athletic guys would find someone like me worth of their attention? Oscar, there's no way he said that. He's so shy. That causes a healthy laugh to explode from Oscar's burly chest, and even Selwyn snickers at the reaction. It's such a different tone than what I've seen from the lion so far. It's unnatural. It's unreal. That's what that says.
He's not shy, and I've never seen someone hit on girls the way he does. This guy does. You want to see someone who knows how to get into a chick's pants. Oh, watch this guy whenever we go out.
But look at him. He's so timid. Sorry, I shouldn't talk about you as if you're not here. Someone doesn't look offended at all, waving off the assertion. He looks like he's just enjoying the company, and I know if that's just Oscar's presence or just both of us.
He's just a bit nervous around strangers. Trust me, this guy is a flirty ball of energy.
Aren't parties social situations with a bunch of strangers?
Yeah, and chicks find the timid act cute, especially when they find out he can't talk, as messed as that sounds. It looks like he's trying to work his magic on you, though. I can't say I blame him.
Before I can explode from the hungry expression on Oscar's face, Selwyn tugs at the otter's shirt again and gestures towards him. And gestures behind him towards an open door close by.
Yeah, we'll get changed and catch you in the pool. Just give us a second.
I didn't want to mention this before, Oscar, but I don't have anything to swim in.
So you decided to come with me to the pool anyway. Not that I'm complaining, but that doesn't sound too bright.
I just wanted to hang out with you. You're always so full of energy and know how to cheer me up.
Bah, okay, you can just watch. I'll put on a good show for you.
A blush wells in Oscar's ears and peek lightly through his fur. As expressions are so rare from him that I'm left speechless. He doesn't seem like he's the type to get bashful at all, let alone at a compliment. Suddenly, there's a motion out of the corner of my eye, and I turn my head to see what it is. Selwyn's bouncing up and down in place excitedly, his arms waving sporadically, trying to get my attention. Yes, Selwyn? He points towards his Speedo and then lifts up two fingers. There's a snapping sound, and as he pulls on them for dramatic effect, the cracking sound unconsciously catches my attention, and I end up staring down all the way his torso curves towards his crotch area. I'm able to bring my eyes back up to his face before anyone notices, except for Selwyn, who looks towards me with a look of smug satisfaction, like he just won first place in the latest swim competition. And now I see what Oscar means by him not being shy. He gets comfortable fast, though I think he's still very wary of me from the way he's keeping some distance between us. I hope I'm not making him uncomfortable.
Nice! We'll borrow those then. Where's the key?
The lion shakes his head and points towards the bleachers behind Oscar. Sitting on the bottom row is a black gym bag with a cute pouncing lion logo that I remember seeing on a commercial recently. Wait, can we slow down a second? The thought of wearing something like a Speedo is already pretty embarrassing, but there is something even more pressing at hand that can't be ignored. Would it even fit me? You're a bit taller than me. Selwyn puts his hands close together in front of my waist as if he's about to clap, gesturing that his waist is thinner than my own. Is that how that works? I don't think that's.
It'll be fine, man. Don't sweat about it. Let's head in.
Oscar wraps an arm around my shoulder again and dangles a pair of pink Speedos in my face in front of my face, nearly bumping and stretching a fabric against my nose. Pink?
It suits you. The shirt looks real cute on you, and I know this will look even better.
Selwyn gives an excited nod and gives the two of us a thumbs up. His encouragement completely misses the point and only causes my burning hot embarrassment to flare harder. Alright, I'm gonna end the part here, everyone, so I'll see you around.